The power behind the ball, but it just began rising and maybe a metre over the top, and after 16 minutes it's Real Madrid 0, Roma 0.
Bayern are going very well. They've nearly scored again from Kubra in the penalty area, left-hand side of it, cut it onto his right foot, drilled a low effort, well saved by the goalkeeper. Bayern still lead 1-0. Big chance for young boys, big save David De Gea, Chris Parrott.
Yeah, he really is one of the world's best, De Gea. He's just kept out a dipping Mohamed Ali Kamara effort in Bern. It was heading for the top corner, but De Gea, how many times have we says this, saves Manchester United. 0-0, 16 minutes gone.
Yeah, outstanding at the weekend, rediscovering his form. Hashtag MatchDayLive to get in touch with us on Twitter.
Some of Real Madrid's passing at the Bernabeu is very slick indeed. Here's Marcelo on the left corner of the penalty area as the Whites come forward again. It's Isco's diagonal ball. Carvajal can take it down. He looks for the cross in towards Benzema. Headed out by Manolas. It will come to Kroos on the edge of the box. Now the bearded Isco, left corner of the penalty area. Marcelo back to Isco again. He's always got his head up. He crosses. Carvajal heads down and wide of the near post. He was in a lot of space there, found beautifully by Isco, and that goes down as another good chance for the holders.
Talking of good chances, Juve should have scored, Phil Blacker.
They should. Wonderful opportunity for Sami Khedira. It was created by Ronaldo with a run down the left-hand side, delivered first time, cut back into the path of Khedira, unmarked, about 6 metres from goal, and he's put it over the top of the crossbar. It stays Valencia 0, Juventus 0.
Yeah, just seen the replay, should have scored. Goal, as said, the only goal of the night so far in the late kickoffs. Bayern leading at Benfica. Earlier on today, Shakhtar 2, Hoffenheim 2, Ajax 3, AEK Athens 0 in the Champions League.
Yeah, a good start for the runners-up in the Eredivisie last season, and a worthy win, a rare win for the Dutch side in the UEFA Champions League.
Are you happy,
over recent years?
You're quite happy about this?
I follow Dutch football quite closely, as you know, and yeah, I won't mention the coefficient again. Here's Modric sliding in down the right-hand side for Real Madrid. Benzema now right corner of the penalty box, has Bale on the run, he's found him, Bale pulls it back, or we're expecting him to shoot, and again it was De Rossi who read the intentions and slides in to make another excellent interception, but Bale looks tremendously lively.
That was brilliant from Bale, because I think everyone apart from De Rossi thought that he was going to hit it with his right foot, but he's got such reach, hasn't he, and he just dabbed out his left foot, and it was almost going to be on a plate for Isco, but De Rossi got back. All Real Madrid, apart from that one Cengiz Under shot, it's been all the defending champions.
Quick throw in from Carvajal here. Benzema's on his own in the penalty box. Back to goal, lays it back to Modric, and the red shirts have got around him. Carvajal looks to switch the play. Kroos has Marcelo overlapping. Isco plays it onto the Brazilian. Now his cross deflected, almost came for Modric. Does come for Kroos, who thrashes it over the top from 16 metres. And the pressure really is on the Italians here. And Real Madrid will feel that they should already have broken the deadlock, but not just a Real Madrid passing the ball so effectively, but they seem to be thinking that bit more quickly than Roma too.
Yeah, that was terrific there from Carvajal, the throw, but really, I mean, he was able to throw it 15-20 metres to Benzema inside the penalty area unmarked. Roma are playing a very, very dangerous game, because I mean, it will be astonishing if this pressure continues if Real Madrid don't score.
Isco's got space into which to run here, and now Benzema dribbling inside the box, just slipped as he went to shoot, but that came off a defender and has gone behind for another Real Madrid corner, this time from the left-hand side. And well, if it hadn't been for a couple of interventions from Daniele De Rossi, I think Real Madrid would have scored already, but they really are being stretched here, the Italians. Kroos into Isco, and it just bobbled over his foot. He rolled it into Isco. He'd taken up a position almost along the goal line from the corner, but well inside the box, and it bobbled up over his boot. Here's Marcelo, another low ball in. Isco's taking up terrific positions, but he didn't control that one either. And Zaniolo will bring it away for Roma, and they've got a few forward here on the counter. Dzeko is one of those. Back it goes to Zaniolo, two in the centre, but well held up by Carvajal. What a calm job that was from the right back, playing on the left there. Just took it off his foot without the need to go to ground.
Yeah, after Zaniolo had done well, but real invention from Real Madrid from set-piece situations, not something that we saw in any of their 3 straight Champions League successes. If they've added that to their game, Well, that's a frightening prospect. And for once, it was Isco's touch, actually, which let him down on a couple of occasions. But it's intriguing to see.
And they're playing with 10 at the moment,
yeah.
Real Madrid as well, because Casemiro's on the touchline getting some treatment for what appears to be a head injury. The medical staff have just got a towel to his head, and we'll let you know what more we know when it comes our way. Here is a Bale out on the left-hand side. Benzema calling for the early cross in between defenders. It goes back to Marcelo, who does play it in. Oh, and it dropped between defenders and goalkeeper, with Benzema just pulling back towards the penalty spot. 0-0.
Roma don't look entirely comfortable, and neither do Valencia at the moment, Phil Blacker. Juve should have scored.
Another opportunity, yeah, Rob, for Juve. It is still 0-0 with 21 minutes played, but the ball in from Bernardeschi from the left-hand side caused a bit of panic in the Valencia penalty area, and a couple of chances for Juventus in there. Bernardeschi saw his effort blocked. It broke back for Matuidi because the goalkeeper had failed to hold it. Matuidi's effort also blocked away. Frenzied period of pressure. Somehow again Valencia just about escape, and it remains 0-0.
Chaotic and actually quite funny as well. That chance for Juve. Phil, thank you very much. Other scores, it's currently City 0, Lyon 0, Plzeň 0, CSKA 0, the home side having the better of it there. Goals between Young Boys and Manchester United as well. Young Boys actually playing pretty well at the moment, Chris Parrott. They're mainly in the United half.
They are, although Anthony Martial just had an effort from a Luke Shaw cross. But yeah, in terms of territory and possession, Young Boys on top, and something tells me they're enjoying their Champions League group stage against one of the European powerhouses. Still 0-0, and 22 minutes gone.
Yeah, no need to clear your ears out for when you find out who's got the first yellow card at the Bernabeu tonight, Richard Connolly.
Yeah, you'll never guess. It's the Real Madrid captain, Sergio Ramos, but the circumstances of it were very unusual. De Rossi takes the free kick towards the back post, and that was flicked away by Casemiro, who's back on the field with a little plaster over the top of an eye. Kroos actually underplayed a pass back to Ramos in very uncharacteristic fashion, really played his captain into trouble, and Ramos felt he had to slide in, knowing he was second favourite, with Nzonzi running onto the loose ball, knowing that if he didn't get the ball he would take down Nzonzi and stop a promising counter-attack. That's what happened, and the referee Kappas just said, I've got to book you. He was away. Roma corner from the left-hand side, which Kolarov takes near post, and Benzema with an excellent volleyed clearance from that position. Got good distance on it. Lifted back by Florenzi towards the right-hand side for Roma. Marcelo away, but it's still not conclusively clear. But Real Madrid have got so many men around the ball carrier. That was Cengiz Under trying to battle his way through, but the white shirts inevitably came away with it. Remains 0-0, but the holders very much on top on home ground here. First match in Group D, Group G rather, which also involves CSKA Moscow and Plzeň. So these two sides very much the favourites to qualify. But it's sometimes about getting your qualification sealed as early as you possibly can. Carvajal for Real Madrid down the near side with Bale here, a couple of metres in from the touchline. Thinks about taking his man on, but then lays it back calmly to Isco. Crossfield balls from he and then from Casemiro. Kroos decides to go on and shoots from 20 metres, running onto the ball. Just pushes it a couple of metres wide of the left-hand post of Olsen, and it remains goalless.
Juventus have had to make a change, Phil Blacker.
Have made a change. It's an injury to Sami Khedira. Went down rather innocuously off the ball, looked like his groin he was feeling, so he's had to make way. Emre Can on at the midway point of this first half, with Juventus on top but unable to make it count at the moment. We played 24 minutes, still 0-0.
By the way, the ball's been in the back of the net for Lyon and Manchester City. Maxwell Cornet rounding the goalkeeper Ederson and slotting it in, but Chris Parrott offside. It looked like the right call.
It did. It was close though, and Lyon so far have been pretty good against Pep Guardiola's free-scoring City, haven't they? They've done better than most have in the English Premier League so far this campaign. Still goalless.
Hello to Jamal listening from New York as well. Hashtag Matchday Live on Twitter.
Here's Bale going for glory from range, cutting in off the right-hand side onto that left foot. He thought he's going to try and curl this in the far corner. Well, he tried, but he didn't get quite enough bend on the ball, and it flew wide of Olsen's right-hand side. Rather attractive new UEFA Champions League ball, Chris. I like it with the blue stars. on a white background, or is it the other way around?
No, yeah, this year it's the other way around. It's white stars on a blue, and it does mean that on the TV, you know, replays that we'll have, is that you see the ball flying, curling through the air. It's quite a picture under the lights at the Bernabeu, but that wasn't quite Kiev from Bale.
It almost gets nodded forward into the path of Edin Dzeko. Roma haven't had much, just a few scraps to call on, but the occasional moment of semi-threat. Forward go Real Madrid, though, to Benzema, who takes the ball up and moves it neatly from centre of field to the near side as we look, the right for Real Madrid. Bale crosses, header clear by Danilo Rossi, who's doing a lot of good defensive work inside his own penalty area for Real Madrid. Di Francesco frantically shouting orders on to his players. It'll be about defensive shape and marking, I'm sure, because they're under the cosh defensively. At the moment, forced back, holding a line on the edge of their own penalty area. Marcelo's crosses over Benzema. It will come all the way through to Bale. Left foot control on the right side of the box. He crosses in. Benzema was setting up for the overhead kick, but it didn't get to him. Yes, the big man in Ronaldo has disappeared, but there are still plenty of others who can score in spectacular fashion for Real Madrid if the chance arises. Here's Marcelo. That's a lovely pass. Isco pulls it back, and away by Fazio on the volley. And Zaniolo further clear. Modric tidies up, and Real Madrid will come again. It's pretty relentless at the moment for Roma, who are stuck in deep in their final third. Here's Carvajal down the right-hand side. Benzema near the penalty spot. Back it goes to Modric, the blonde hair swishing from side to side. Now here's the tall figure of Ramos. Kroos, just first touch onto Isco, rolls it under the studs, then moves it wide to Marcelo. The two have combined really well in the opening half an hour. Then the diagonal ball to Bale is just inaccurate, and Olsen can field it. 0-0.
Manchester City 0, Lyon 1, and that goal had been coming. City pressed in midfield. They lost the ball. Now Bill Fekir, a give and go. He got to the left-hand side of the area, swept a low cross in. Fabien Del for the back post. A swing and a miss to clear it. And Maxime Cornet, who had a goal ruled out for offside a few moments ago, swept it in from a difficult angle past Ederson. Brilliant goal, and Lyon have the lead. It is Manchester City 0, Lyon 1. While we have you here, there has been another goal in the UEFA Champions League tonight, and Victoria Pilsenia have taken the lead against CSKA Moskva. It's 1-0, and Chris Parrott, that one had been coming.
Yeah, they've been brilliant so far, the Czech champions, and it was scored by Kremencic in the end, but it's a well-worked training ground routine. Free kick on the edge of the box, outside of the boot to the far post, headed back into the middle, and there was the big striker to score. 1-0 against CSKA.
That was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
A very clever little routine there, and it's got them in front. Elsewhere, it is Bayern 0, Benfica 0, Bayern 1, Young Boys 0, Manchester United 0. But goals there for Pilsenia, and Lyon goals as they go in on Matchday Live. Richard Connolly.
Little victory for Alexander Kolarov over Gareth Bale at the Bernabeu. Running down the left-hand side, Kolarov. Little chop back inside. Bale didn't see it coming and barged the Serbian to the floor. Roma free kick, therefore. Left-hand side, 10 metres outside the corner of the box. Kolarov will swing it in, and it got through the first line of defence, and Nzonzi had a go from the edge of the box, but didn't strike it cleanly. And a comfortable save for Keylor Navas. Reminder that he is the man chosen by Julen Lopetegui tonight in the Real Madrid goal. Courtois is on the bench. Other substitutes for the holders: Nacho, Mariano Diaz, Vasquez, Llorente, Asensio and Ceballos. Now Roma, no Justin Kluivert in the 18 tonight for them, which was interesting. Zaniolo on the ball for Roma. Getting a sense from the atmosphere around me that something's happened elsewhere. At the Bernabeu it's 0-0. De Rossi is in possession for Roma at the back, and they are playing it back to Robin Olsen, all in bright green in their the goalkeeping strip, and he clears the ball to the right-hand side. Florenzi with a lovely little turn to get away from Isco. Marcelo spotted that coming and advanced onto the ball, and then it swept into the centre for Benzema, but a good bit of defending by Kolarov to win it back for Roma. We're just enjoying a little mini spell of possession here. 0-0 in the Bernabeu between Real Madrid and Roma, but Kolarov able to sprint forwards into the Real Madrid half. Here's Stefan El Shaarawy on the left-hand side. Back to the tall, shaven-headed figure of Nzonzi. Now Kolarov, ball infield to El Shaarawy. Real Madrid at the moment just content to move back into their defensive formation and see what Roma have got. Fazio wide to Kolarov. Kolarov feinting with the left boot, then forward to Zaniolo. Now El Shaarawy looking to return it to the 19-year-old on Roma debut, but it didn't get through. And Modric can bring it away, and he's looking for Bale on the counter. And Bale is onside, and he collects down the right-hand side. Fazio's the one defender. Bale cutting infield onto his left boot, but the cavalry had arrived for Roma. Kroos takes over. Here's Benzema in the box, turning away from goal. And Roma have got numbers back now. It's all slowed down, and Ramos's ball is intercepted by Cengiz Ünder, and there might be options here for Roma. He's found Edin Dzeko intelligently. One-on-one with Varane. Dzeko does well to exchange the play to the far side. El Shaarawy in the box, but Ramos was there, made a strong challenge, and he's tripped El Shaarawy on the far side, and he's been booked, Sergio Ramos. And it has to be a free kick to Roma, but it's going to be no more than that. 0-0.
Massive story at the Mestalla. Phil Blacker, fill us in.
Well, it was always going to be a central part of the story tonight, wasn't he? But I'm not quite sure many were expecting it would develop quite like this, because less than half an hour into his Champions League debut for Juventus, Cristiano Ronaldo has been sent off, shown a straight red card here. It was an off-the-ball incident involving Jason Murillo, the Valencia centre-back. Alexandro with a cross from the left-hand side. They were both battling for the ball. Murillo went down. Ronaldo adjudged to have brought him down. There was a little bit of afters as well between the two of them. And after consulting his additional assistant behind the goal, Felix Brych has sent off Ronaldo. Still 0-0, by the way.
0-0 at the Bernabeu as well, as Fazio heads over the crossbar from the free kick that resulted from that Sergio Ramos foul that we were just describing. I think I've heard that right, Chris. I think Ronaldo's been sent off.
He has, and he actually he was in tears as he left the pitch. It's not very far away from the Bernabeu here, but Ronaldo's Champions League debut for Juve hasn't gone particularly well. And actually, just wondered about Ramos there, but Roma have done pretty well, I think, in the last 5-10 minutes. You know, we thought Real Madrid were going to score every time they went forward early on, but actually, it's a fairly even contest now.
Yeah, they've just jammed things up a little bit. Maybe it's been a resignation or a resolution to just defend a little deeper and certainly restrict the space that Real Madrid have been able to operate in. For the moment, the holders have got possession, and it's Marcelo operating as he so often does as a left winger who collects it, and then a lovely back heel with Isco running onto it. The defender is Cengiz Ünder. Isco feints to back heel again to Marcelo, then finds Kroos just lurking outside the penalty box. A deep diagonal ball towards Carvajal. Thought about striking it in on the volley, but then brought the ball under control and finds Casemiro. Casemiro looking for an option. It was all clustered around the D, though, nothing wide. Goes back to Carvajal. First time ball in this time, and Olsen moves towards it and falls on the ball. But again, the fullback so key in that Real Madrid attack. Still, we wait for a breakthrough, though.
And while we wait for play to resume, Chris, young boys Manchester United still 0-0.
Yeah, and still David De Gea is the main man. Another brilliant save, this time from Fasnacht. Another effort from distance. Another top quality save from David De Gea. And there'll be another highlights reel, I'm sure, coming up of that one. He's been brilliant. So have young boys, still 0-0 there, 35 gone.
Some incredible stories tonight in the UEFA Champions League. Offside flag against Edin Dzeko as he tries to get in behind the Real Madrid back line. So it's Manchester City 0, Lyon 1. Maxwell Cornet with the sweeping effort. A fine goal for the French side as they lead at City, but Cristiano Ronaldo has been sent off for Juventus on his Champions League debut for the club. He was in tears as he made his way off the pitch. It's still 0-0 between Valencia and Juve. Juve have also brought on Emre Can due to an injury to Sami Khedira. So much going on. Here come Real Madrid on 35 minutes. Chris Parrott, Richard Connolly.
There's Isco in possession on the left-hand side, maybe 10 metres outside the penalty area. Roma all back behind the ball, manning the barricades as Modric finds Carvajal. This is all happening in front of the Roma ranks. Modric, though, passes it through to Benzema, back to goal, back to Bale, who strikes and gets underneath it, looking for one of those fierce lightning hits that caused Loris Karius so much trouble in the UEFA Champions League final in Kiev, but this was not A strike of similar quality, and over the bar it went. Remains goalless in the Bernabeu.
Stunning goal in Switzerland between Young Boys and Manchester United. Chris Parrott.
Second best Manchester United, but they have a world-class player in Paul Pogba, and he's just delivered. United's captain now, 1-2 with Fred, and then a brilliant driving left-footed finish into the top corner. Outstanding from Pogba. Young Boys 0, United 1, 36 gone.
Your thoughts on what is unfolding tonight on Twitter? It is #MatchDayLive.
Real Madrid 0, Roma 0. Marcelo, you'd think, would have a role in a Real Madrid goal if one came. Tried to find Isco there, did, but De Rossi with another terrific challenge. And the ball breaks for Zaniolo. On Roma debut, he looked to try and thread it through for El Shaarawy. Picked off by Carvajal, who's shut the back door a few times for Real Madrid. Forward it goes by Marcelo towards Isco again. Breaks for De Rossi in the midfield. This time Zaniolo and Zonzi are close to him, but it's won back by Real Madrid, and here's Marcelo once again. Benzema sets off down the middle. He's left for Isco. Lets it run between his legs. Now finds Kroos just outside the penalty area. Moves to the right, then moves back to the left. Here's Marcelo again. Early cross in. Oh, Benzema made a move for it. Didn't quite get there, and Olsen had to be watchful and pushed the cross around the post.
It's a good stop, you know, because he could easily have been outfoxed by Benzema's movement, who it might. Well, I think he would have been offside, actually, but there's been some question marks about Olsen this season, now taking over from Alisson, but he's been excellent tonight so far.
I think he kind of put Olsen off there, but here comes the corner from the right-hand side. Kroos takes towards the back post. Ramos is up, and there is Olsen with a tip over from a powerful header from the Real Madrid skipper. How often have we seen him plant those kind of corners right into the goal? And he was close to doing so again.
He peeled off Fazio far too easily there, though, didn't he? Really good save.
Short corner this time from Real Madrid, who are still looking for the breakthrough. 38 minutes into this contest now. Isco from the left, crosses with a right boot. Headed away, though, and Roma looking to counter. El Shaarawy steps away from Isco rather easily. He's got one to his right. That's Cengiz Ünder. He's got two in the centre. The ball's not really come quickly enough. El Shaarawy into Nzonzi, and Modric was back there to win it. Well, there was space had they switched it to the near side, to the left, but they couldn't move it quickly enough. And here's Bale at the other end, running in field. He's got runners to his left. Isco takes it. He'll think about shooting. He does. And Olsen's there to save at his near post. It'll be a Real Madrid corner. A fascinating little passage of play.
Yeah, what a game. It's exploded into life in the last 5 minutes. Just lacked a bit of incision in that Roma break. And then it's another good save from Olsen, because Isco's effort, I think, was heading in a corner. Now they need to mark Ramos a little better on this one.
Benzema stalking inside the penalty box, getting close to the goal area. Bale's side stepping near the penalty spot. Ramos is the last to arrive. It'll be the most dangerous man to mark. It goes in towards Varane, but it was headed out by Nzonzi. Collected by Carvajal, well outside the box. Marcelo drills the ball across the field. It's picked up by Ramos, who turns and shoots. It takes a big deflection off the defender, and Olsen's taking it outside his penalty box and didn't know what to do with it. In the end, let it roll out for a Real Madrid throw-in. It was a good save, but it began to claw away from him and started rolling outside the penalty area, and it was almost goalkeeper panic territory. Here's Casemiro for Real Madrid. Now Modric, can he unlock the door? Pokes it through towards Toni Kroos, but it just bounced away from the German and cleared by Roma, who haven't taken advantage of the couple of opportunities they've had on the counter-attack. Here's Marcelo again. Ooh, and Isco and Modric rather left it for one another. And it's cleared by Olsen up towards Dzeko. He's ploughing a lonely furrow up there. Varane is the defender. And back it goes to Keylor Navas, and it's still 0-0, 5 minutes to half-time.
Let's go back to Phil Black and see how Valencia responded after that red card for Ronaldo.
Well, it is still goalless, Rob, and there was a little bit of a lull as both sides maybe got used to the situation. A big miss at one end for Valencia, though. They did have a chance created by Batshuayi. Got away from Keely, and he just out-muscled him, really. Did brilliantly in the build-up, but shot straight at Szczesny, and it stays 0-0.
Thank you very much, Phil. Elsewhere at the moment, Benfica 0, Bayern 1. A good one-on-one chance for Arjen Robben a few moments ago. He blasted over to extend the lead.
Here's Marcelo from range, and he drives it over from around 30 metres with his right foot that time, the Brazilian. and justifying his choice of a shot to his teammates after that ball sailed well wide of Olsen's goal. I think, do you feel, Chris, that there has been a movement from Roma to just defend a little deeper, restrict the space, be a little less ambitious after they got caught once or twice a little too far up the field in the opening 15 minutes?
Yeah, I think there has, and they have been very open so far this campaign. Probably a decent tactic, and then, you know, sometimes when teams do that, when they then actually get a good chance, they can almost be in that mindset that they've got themselves in, and then they don't make the most of opportunities. But 42 minutes in, if someone had given them 0-0, they would have taken that before kickoff.
Yeah, you think of the Roma high line from last season's UEFA Champions League in that first leg of the semi-final against Liverpool, when they were punished time and time again. Here they're just modifying that approach to some degree, and Di Francesco is one for changing the system. Lovely little touch there from Casemiro in the midfield. Little flick of the heel to release the ball to Modric. He sought out Benzema, who peeled away to the left-hand side, but calmly dealt with by Roma at the back, and Zonzi and De Rossi in particular are a big thick curtain in front of the Roma back four at the moment, and they're doing things simply and moving the ball on neatly. Here's Kolarov now on the left-hand side into the centre for Dzeko, but there was Marcelo helping out his captain, helping out Ramos after the Bosnian had brought the ball down, and Isco fouled by Florenzi over on the far side. Real Madrid will get themselves a free kick, and it remains goalless with 2.5 minutes to half-time.
Quick goal update. Pilsenia 2, CSKA Moscow 0. Chris Parrott, who's got it?
Michael Kremencic again. If you got him in your fantasy team, then well done. It's another lovely Pilsenia move, though. They've been much better than CSKA Moscow, and they are 2-0 up in complete control in the Czech Republic.
I do have him on my fantasy team, Chris.
You do not?
No, I don't. I'm like 2-0. Back to Real Madrid Roma. Richard Connolly.
None of us would have been surprised somehow.
I would have been very disappointed, though.
I was about to say, if anybody had got Kremencic in there, said I'll buy them the drinks myself. But here's a foul by Roma on the edge of the Real Madrid penalty, on the edge of the Roma penalty area, I should say. Isco combining really nicely, and Fazio, I think, has been shown yellow card. Slide tackle that was rather desperate, as it's De Rossi who's got the caution. A quick 1-2. It was De Rossi, it was Isco and Benzema who played it.
Penalty, Manchester United at young boys, Paul Pogba, Chris Parrott.
Pogba has the ball on the spot, already scored once tonight. Here he comes, it's going to be right-footed to put United 2-0 up. He's just tiptoeing his way up to try and put the goalkeeper off. Pogba strikes it and scores. What a penalty, top corner, 2 for Pogba, 2 for United.
This free kick for Real Madrid in the Bernabeu is dead centre, it's inside the D. So we're talking 18 metres from goal, maybe. Can't be any more than that. Roma are taking some time to organise the wall here. Isco's looking very interested. I have to say the supporters around the Bernabeu are looking very interested too. Olsen looking somewhat fearful. It's Isco over the wall, delightful! Olsen never even moved. Isco lifted it up and brought it down, and the holders lead a minute before half-time. A delightful free kick from Isco, a touch of class to start the defence of Real Madrid's trophy. They lead by 1-0.
Sensational, wasn't it? Sometimes those are so close, they're very difficult to get up and over the wall, but as soon as Isco struck that, you knew it was in. Olsen, well, he just had to watch. It's perfect, and it's just what Real Madrid needed.
Goal for Lyon. They lead 2-0 at Manchester City. Nabil Fekir with it. Let's quickly go to Valencia, though, because there's a penalty there. Big chance for Juve here, Phil Blacker.
Miralem Pjanic over the penalty for Juventus. Last minute of the first half, and he scores into the corner. Neto went the right way, diving to his left, but couldn't get there. And Miralem Pjanic gives the 10 men of Juventus the lead right at the end of the first half here. He converted it wonderfully well after a frenetic period of pressure, which led to the award of the penalty. Cancelo having hit the crossbar. The referee pulled it back for a foul in the box by Parejo. The captain of Valencia gave the penalty. Pjanic has scored it. It's Valencia 0, Juventus 1.
And in the middle of that, you might have just heard me sneak in that Man City are trailing 2-0 now to Lyon. Nabil Fekir bearing down on the edge of the area with a low left foot shot. Brilliant strike past Ederson. So many stories in the Champions League tonight. Richard Connolly, We've had the opening goal at the Bernabeu as well with you.
We have. We're into the 1 minute of additional time signalled at the end of the first half. Roma have got a free kick, not in shooting position, out on the near touchline, but deep in Real Madrid territory. Kolarov, it deflects off Carvajal as he swung the right boot at it. I think it came off his left thigh, and it's gone out as a result for a Roma corner. There is barely time to take it, but I think there will be just enough. Roma are
Castles and dragons, the battle begins tonight. Are you with me? This is our kingdom, and we won't run tonight. We are a team. Castles and dragons, the battle begins tonight. Are you with me? This is our kingdom, and we won't run tonight. We are a team. We can do anything together if we just try. And as long as we have our backs whenever our foes come by, this time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces.